When the gunfire stops, what's left? It's a question that echoes through history, long after the last shot has been fired. The silence that follows is never truly empty. It's filled with the ghosts of what was and the fragile hopes for what could be. We often focus on the dramatic moments of conflict, the battles, the strategies, the heroes and villains. But the real story, the one that defines generations, begins in that deafening quiet. Imagine a city street, once vibrant with life, now scarred and silent. The baker's shop on the corner, where the smell of fresh bread used to welcome the morning, is now just a hollowed-out shell. The schoolyard, once filled with the laughter of children, is eerily still. This is the immediate aftermath. It's not just about rebuilding structures. It's about rebuilding the very idea of a community, of a normal life. Where do you even begin when the foundations of your world have been turned to dust? The first steps are often the most basic. Securing clean water, finding food, tending to the wounded. These are the immediate, desperate needs. But intertwined with these physical struggles is a deeper, psychological one. People who have lived through the constant stress and terror of war do and just switch back to a peaceful mindset. The sound of a car backfiring can trigger a panic attack. A crowded market can feel overwhelming and dangerous. The trauma is etched into their minds, a constant, invisible companion. This is the unseen battlefield where the fight for peace of mind continues long after the physical war has ended. And then there's the challenge of reconciliation. How do neighbors who were once on opposing sides learn to live together again? The lines drawn by conflict are deep and painful. Forgiveness is not easy, and trust is even harder to rebuild. It requires immense courage, not the courage of a soldier, but the quiet, enduring courage of a citizen who chooses peace over bitterness, unity over division. It's a process that can take years, even generations. It involves truth commissions, community dialogues, and simply the day-to-day effort of seeing the humanity in those you were taught to hate. This is where the real work of peace begins. It's in the small acts of kindness, a shared meal between former enemies, a joint effort to clear rubble from a shared street, children from different backgrounds playing together in a newly rebuilt park. These moments are the seeds from which a lasting peace can grow. They are testaments to the resilience of the human spirit, the stubborn insistence on hope even in the bleakest of circumstances. Think about the stories from places like Rwanda, where survivors and perpetrators of the genocide now live side by side in reconciliation villages. Or in post-apartheid South Africa, where the Truth and Reconciliation Commission provided a platform for people to share their stories and seek a path toward a shared future. These are not perfect solutions, and the scars remain. But they represent a monumental choice, the choice to build rather than destroy, to connect rather than divide. The process of rebuilding is also about rediscovering identity. War often shatters culture. It destroys museums, libraries, and ancient sites. It silences poets, musicians, and artists. When the gunfire stops, a nation must not only rebuild its infrastructure but also reclaim its soul. This happens when a traditional song is sung again in a public square, when a painter captures the new reality on canvas, when a writer gives voice to the unspoken grief and hope of a people. Art and culture become essential tools for healing, for remembering the past without being trapped by it, and for imagining a different future. It's a long and difficult road. There will be setbacks, old wounds will reopen. The temptation to fall back into old patterns of suspicion and anger will always be there. But every day that passes without violence is a victory. Every school that reopens, every market that buzzes with activity again, every family that feels safe in its home is a testament to the power of peace. The responsibility for this peace doesn't just lie with leaders and politicians. It lies with every single person. It's the teacher who educates the next generation about the importance of tolerance. It's the business owner who creates jobs and opportunity. It's the community elder who mediates a dispute. It's the young person who uses social media to bridge divides instead of deepening them. Peace is an active, daily practice. When we see news reports about conflicts ending, it's easy to change the channel and think the story is over. But that's when the most critical chapter is just beginning. The story of when the gunfire stops is not just about the absence of war. It's about the conscious, difficult, and beautiful process of building peace. It's a reminder that the most powerful weapon we have is not a gun, but our capacity for empathy, resilience, and hope. It's a story that's being written every day in quiet corners of the world by ordinary people doing extraordinary things. Thank you so much for watching and for taking the time to reflect on this with me. If this story resonated with you, please consider liking the video and subscribing to the channel for more content that explores the deeper aspects of our world. Your support means everything. Take care and see you next time.